Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lord Exsus, and I would very much like to welcome you all to Dungeons and Dragons Online. Now, I've covered online and MMO games before, however recently I've been playing Neverwinter Nights and Neverwinter Nights 2 on my channel, and those games are pretty old and they have some janks, some glitches and some stuttering, some bad effects. So I would like to introduce you to one of the online games that most influenced me when I was younger. And of course there was things like World of Warcraft, Guild Wars. However, back when I was younger, Dungeons and Dragons Online not only showed me a world that was kind of more realistic at the same time as being fantasy, but it introduced things that games like World of Warcraft never did, and that was the X and Y axis, the ability to climb, the ability to drop, the ability to swim through things properly, the threat of drowning, the threat of realism, like your armor weighing you down and causing you to drown while swimming, stuff like that. But also, more importantly, I didn't know much about Dungeons and Dragons until this game came out. I was only 14, maybe 15 at the time this happened, and therefore I hadn't actually played it before. I played other RPGs, but this was my first foray into it, which is strange because there was many games out before this. But I played this and I was like, wow, okay, this is actually amazing in comparison. Not necessarily graphically, and not necessarily with the amount of content, but at the time, just how the game worked, what it was about, and how difficult it was. It's changed a lot since then. It's been around for a long time. It's had graphical updates and other things. However, it is now like this in this iteration of the game. So I'd like to get in and play a little bit for you and see if I'm going to decide to stay with it and to make this a let's play, because the story is somewhat amazing. So before I get in, there's only one disclaimer really, and that's the fact that this does not take place in the same place as most of the other Dungeons and Dragons games, which most of the Dungeons and Dragons games take place in the world of Faerun. This takes place, again, still in the Forgotten Realms, which is kind of a multiverse, I guess. As far as I know, don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure, but it takes place in the Forgotten Realms, but on the planet or the world of Eberron, which was literally created for DDO, or Dungeons and Dragons Online, and for, I believe it was the rule set 4.0 rule set. I can't again remember that specifically, so I'm sure there's Dungeons and Dragons fans out there that will correct me on that. Anyway, I think I've talked enough, so how about we create a character? So let's do that. Okay, and this has completely been retooled from what it was in the beginning. As you can see, the game moves lovely. There's gonna be no skip, no jank, which is awesome, because all of my Dungeons and Dragons, Neverwinter, and all those sort of games seem to have jank. Anyway, we're not going with style, we're going with class, so we're going with spell. It's the first one for style, that is what we are doing. It's, strangely enough, on female character, we're going to change to male. We are going to be a male. The class, however, usually I would choose wizard, because wizards can learn a huge variety of spells and can fine-tune their spells to fine-tune their spell list to the task. They can assist the party, summon allies, or destroy opponents with the power of the elements. However, as far as I can remember, at least in DDO, you end up, if you're a wizard, you end up becoming almost a heal whore. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be a sorcerer. So, sorcerers are, of course, innate spellcasters. If you get more info, sorcerers can innately cast arcane spells without needing academic training. Like, I can't read that because my bar's in the way. They can only perform a fixed number of spells in this way, but they can cast them much faster and do more damage over time. Sorcerers, along with favoured souls, get more spell points than any of the other classes. They also gain more bonus spell points from special magical items. As a result, they can cast more often, which is what we want. We want the damage. Sorcerers cannot switch spells at the taverns or rest shrines. They are able to switch spells, but to do so they must undergo a special ritual that may be done once every few days. And this is our general stats, of course, charisma being the highest, as it should be, because we cast innately. We cast because we're a charismatic son of a bitch, not because we're intelligent as hell. This is an innate power, that courses through us because our lineage is connected with that of the dragon blood. So yes, sorcerer is going to be my caster in this. Okay, choose your path. Arcane cannon, the dynamic hand, the voice of power. So what's the arcane power? Unable to unleash massive amounts of destructive magic, these sorcerers can do more damage more quickly than any other class, but can only sustain the onslaught for a limited time. So, choose this path if you prefer a more aggressive role. The arcane cannon will command more damage spells than other sorcerers and can amplify the damage you deal to very high levels. You will, however, only have a few helpful spells which will protect yourself or assist allies. Because you will deal a lot of damage, you will attract a lot of enemy attention, obviously. There will be times when you will need to rely on your allies to block or immobilize enemies to keep them from damaging you too much. Okay, and back to the stats, which is the same. You can also hit customize and deal with it yourself. However, I am going to go for the arcane cannon just to let the game take me where it sees fit. So, race. And there is Elven. And there is Halfling and Dwarf. The rest are all premium. I do not have a premium account. I do not intend to because for a sorcerer, I do in fact tend to choose human. So, now we need to go to looks. So, let's go to skin colour first, which is down at the bottom. Let's make ourselves pasty as fuck because that's what I identify with. Secondly, we're going to choose the hairstyle. It's not going to be anything impressive. It's going to be that. Hair color is going to go to that. Beautiful. And as you can see, the game runs beautifully and smoothly. These are the equivalent of the game's high-res textures. So that's the thing. That is how it's going to go. We're going to change them eyebrows up. We don't want that. We want... Yeah, that will do. Eyes. Let's look at the eyes. There's a few different options here. This is one of the actually slightly better character creators, if I'm honest. So, something like that is more obvious. We'll go for a darker brown. Yes, we will. What is the nose looking like? The nose isn't too bad. I think I'll leave it the way it is. The hairstyle is shit, but it is also standard. Lips, what are we going for lips? We'll take that. That's not too bad. Not too thick, not too thin. Quite wide. We're not going to do facial hair. We're going to get rid of the facial detail. We don't need a scar. We're not going to be having things come up on us, so we have received no scars because we kill everything before that happens. Okay, enter your character's name. I'm hoping you can only have one, but I don't think that's the case here. Oh, it does say create. So, Exsus. Let's see if Exsus is allowed. And it is. Level 1 Sorcerer Exsus. So, that is what we're going for, guys. Okay. Apparently, this is our standard lot. Let's get in and see if this game plays okay. Okay, and here we are, and I must remind you all that everything is...
You find yourself waking on a shore of flotsam. Memories of a large white dragon striking your ship come flooding back.
You're awake! Oi, you ain't undead, are you?
No, I'm not undead, you very, almost British-sounding man, so I can say that's probably put on by an American voice actor.
Can you move?
I can move, sir. Also, I can zoom in, zoom out. We can pan around the character, so good level of detail, and no jank, which is awesome. Okay, let's talk to you.
Speak to me!
Okay, you. Jeets Shimis. Hoi, were you on that ship that got attacked by the dragon? You're the first survivor I've found, and the sailor's been washing up for hours. I asked him if he would... Oh, there's the dragon. Jesus, it's still about. I asked him if, something about sailors. No, don't go blaming a poor rogue for making a living. Besides, I didn't take nothing from you. You got nothing worth taking. Yes, I seem to have misplaced my belongings. It's right dangerous to walk around without a blade. For my good deed for the day, I can give you something out back at my camp.
If what the halfling said was true, no one but you made it to the island alive.
This way?
It may be worth following this rogue. For now.
Okay, so we also have a female voice as our narrator, which is the first time I've heard a female dungeon master. So we've got other things here, basic camera movement, talking to NPCs. We'll get rid of these as we go. Basic movement and hints. Okay, so
come on.
I'm not sure how this goes. This is our inventory. Very basic. This is our character sheet. So there's our standardised stats, with our charisma being high as hell. It's good. We've got some concentration, we've got feats. So we've got maximised spell, which is this. I'm going to put this to 0 at the end. We've got multiple, obviously, got multiple hotkey bars, which is good. Magical training is a passive, so I don't need to pull that off. We have skills like search and such. I'm going to put search actually at 0. I don't care about the sneak skill. We have burning hands, and we have Nyack's cold ray, or Nyack's cold ray, depending on how that looks. I'm going to look at spells. These are the level 1 spells we have. They are literally the level 1 spells we have. There's not even magic missile. How very fucking dare they? Okay, let's follow this guy. Come on in,
Follow me.
I'm following you, sir. This game runs beautifully, very smoothly.
Follow me.
And it looks so much better than both Neverwinter Nights. A little bit better than Neverwinter Nights 2.
Here we are. So you want a weapon or not?
I do. Apparently I can't. How does one? Okay. So that's that. I'm gonna punch shit open because apparently that's what sorcerers do when they don't have a weapon and they're clothed like a tramp. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna have to talk to you then. Okay, so he has given us a quarterstaff. So that's awesome, and we'll take the quarterstaff and we'll put it in the weapon
As you
slot.
take hold of the weapon, feeling its balance, you can't help but notice this Jeets has more he wants to say.
Of course he does, because he already said to us he's going to bargain for us to do a job for him. So let's hear what he has to say. That weapon suits you. So you ready to help me out? What task do you have for me? Here's the deal. Selimus is waiting for us in a cave up the path. Go and tell her we'll be along shortly, just as soon as we finish with all that salvage on the beach. That's it? Give a message to this Selimus? Well, I'm sure Selimus would appreciate any help you can give her too. And it'll make her less likely to smash my noggin in when I catch her up. Very well. I'll go to the cave and help her.
Selimus is at the grotto. Tell her to keep her knickers on.
Well, I will, but yeah.
Selimus is in the grotto. I shall show you the way.
Awesome. And we can use left click to pick up stuff and smash stuff with a quarterstaff. As in modern MMOs that are action based, we can do this. So I'm not using any spells
This is
right
all
now.
from dragon-wrecked ships, like yours.
Awesome. Also, you may notice down at the bottom, the bar does state level 1, rank 1, 0 over 800. You don't just have levels in this game. Once you get to the end of level 1, you
Tell
don't
me,
level up to level 2.
Was it
You
exciting to
become
see a
level 1,
dragon up
rank
close?
2. I don't know what you're saying, Sorcerer Guy. I'm not listening to you. I'm talking to the people at home, so please. It's strange that constructs robotic type stone enemies like him in this game can wield sorceries and magic. Odd. Very odd. Anyway.
Here we are. Go inside and speak with Selimus. I'll wait here for Jeets.
Okay, I will do that thing. And I will use it as solo mode.
Is this Selimus, the cleric you were sent to find?
Okay, again, these difficulties and different things. Yes, looking up and down. Get rid of all of these. I understand how things work in this game. It's kind of like, imagine if Neverwinter or the older D&D games were brought into the modern age, because this is what this represented for myself. I am the person that was sent here to talk to you, Selimus. I'm the sorcerer Exsus. A dragon attacked my ship and I alone survived. Then I met your companions who asked me to protect you until they arrive. Until they arrive, is Jeet still sifting through the wreckage? I'll wring his little throat until his tongue falls out. Oh. If you're willing to help, I don't fancy waiting around for those idiots anymore. Okay. That sounds good. Lead the way.
First, I shall surround us with a protection spell.
Basically,
Her
we can't
spell
die 'cause it's
temporarily
tutorial.
prevents you from dying, though you can still suffer injuries.
Thanking you.
This
Good to know.
effect will wear off when you leave these caves.
Also good to know.
Now, let's be about it.
Okay, let's do that thing. And also you may notice under my health in the top left, not only is this thing, I can't remember what that is right now, but we have a mana bar.
There must be a way to open it. Try up that ladder.
I will.
I'll remain here and bash any Sawagan trying to sneak out.
Okay, so we're fighting the Sawagan, as she stated there, which are like fish people. Important thing to note about this game is when it came out, which was a long time ago, I can't remember the year, but it was around the same time as World of Warcraft and stuff like that, there was no climbing. Now, this game introduced climbing and diving below the surface and other things. It was, as far as my knowledge goes, the first game to do so. What is this? Hit the spacebar to jump on top of the rock ledges, hold right mouse button to see where you're going. Yep. Press spacebar to jump on top of the crate on the ledge. Good to know. So, these markings are all things. We fall down here, I think.
You hear the shuffling and wheezing of some creature coming from the corridor ahead.
Okay. So there's something up ahead of us. There is no way to open this gate right here, so we have to go up ahead and take on whatever it is. There's a monster up ahead. Use spells from your action bar, blah blah blah, left click on the spell icon, blah blah blah. So, I can't remember how to target the creature, so... I'll just burn it instead and freeze it. So that happened.
The lever at the rear of this corridor most likely controls the gate where the cleric, Salimus, is waiting.
Awesome, so we've got to use this lever, which is very obviously plain in sight. That cost me 2 HP, and it cost me 16 MP to cast both Burning Hands and Nihilak's Cold Ray, so that wasn't too bad. Okay, so that opened the gate in front of us and the gate behind us.
Good job, but no
Here they
time
come.
to dawdle.
Okay, good.
We come to assist you. Onward to glory.
Salimus isn't too honked at me. Thanks for putting in the good word.
I didn't
Don't
really
you
say
worry,
anything.
Salimus. I'm here to watch your behind now.
And I'm sure that's exactly what he'll do. Okay, I'll open this.
The evil aura is oppressive. Sawagan are behind this door. I'll take charge! What,
That actually worked.
empty?
It's
Oi,
not empty,
where's
clearly.
The bloody Sawagan?
Clearly not empty.
Look, the door closed behind us.
It would be logical to assume.
Okay. So I'll burn these guys as much as possible. And freeze them. There we go. Beautiful things.
There are more of them up there. Stay alert.
Thanking you. So my mana doesn't recover, obviously. She's cast a buff on us, which is
The
up in the top
righteous
left, a
fuck
prayer.
you! Sawagan wretches, are you scared of me? Come down and fight! For the flame!
So my cold thing has the most distance on it, but I use it far up close. It only goes a certain way. The cold actually hurts these guys a little bit more. They do have some reflex saves against it, but hey. Oh, don't know what that was. That was this guy, this sorcerer here.
Such is the fate of evil.
Agreed. I've
Now,
used over
let's
half my
find a way
mana
out of
now.
here.
Also agreed, but this door looks like it's a way out.
This. Anyone see a key?
Curious. I just stepped on something. A latch?
Good work! I see a key down there. Who's up for a swim?
I'll do it. Of course.
Hydrophobia mean anything to you?
Silver key.
You grab the silver key. Time to swim for the surface.
Agreed. There is other stuff glowing down here, but we cannot get it. So, yeah, we need to get to the surface quickly because our health will start diminishing after... Sorry, diminishing.
I can't swim in this armor.
After
For
our,
God's sake, someone go down there.
I've already got it, you dopey. Yeah. After our breath drops
I knew
to
you'd
0,
come,
we'll start
Andy.
drowning.
This way.
So I got the key, and now we use that to open this door. The controls weren't specifically that good then, but hey, it's an old game. At least it's running smoothly.
I'm
Okay, what do we
weary.
have here?
Let's take a moment to rest.
Okay, so we can't rest
I still
anywhere
got
in this
plenty
game.
of stamina. I can go all night long.
Why don't you scout ahead then? Just don't get yourself in trouble.
Now you're talking. I'll take a little peep.
You go do that. So yeah, this sorts out our health. Oh no, that's a resurrection sign. Sorry, the moon does health and mana. So this is how we rest in this game. You can't just rest anywhere you want. So that's good. In the other games, admittedly, you could only rest around enemies, but
If
still.
you're done resting, go and scout ahead with Jeets.
I am done resting. My health has recovered. My mana has recovered, and that's awesome. Hello, Jeets. What are you saying? Ooh, okay. Ask Jeets to disarm the trap. I will do so. Jeets. Now ask him to disarm the trap. I'm not a rogue, but he'll do it for us. Beautiful, so a trap panel appears.
There's no match for yours, truly. You can open the door now.
Will do. Beautiful.
You two having fun? It's time for us to go.
Of course.
The High Priestess should be up ahead. The onus for much suffering rests squarely upon her slimy, webbed hands.
Okay, sorcerer, open
There
that door.
she is, performing some kind of profane.
I'm gonna hit up
blood
maximize magic while I'm here.
I will
Magic.
open the door. Prepare
will-
yourself.
It will cost me
Ready?
more mana.
Go.
Missed all of them, every last one. As you can see, my mana is now completely out, thanks to my maximizing damage. I am done. Most of my spells missed as well, so I just have to smack this guy.
According to our employer, there's a secret passage around here somewhere leading to Korthos. You boys look for it. I must cleanse the profane energies around the shrine.
Yeah,
Selemus do her thing. You and I'll take care of the important stuff. The treasure.
I agree. I agree very much with you. I'm going to have a look at this treasure. So, apprentice's robe and a ring of water breathing. I'm taking all that. And we'll look at this and we'll slap on the apprentice's robe. Beautiful things and the ring of water breathing. Which, it recharges once a day. Its durability is 30/30. It can be broken. I can cast water breathing on myself using simply this item rather than the spell. And of course we have the robes of the apprentice, which I quite like them in this game. They're a bit light in colour, but they're not bad looking. So that's the thing. And if we press either of these buttons, you can hit recall at any time in a dungeon and you'll return to before the entrance. But you can bring up your experience report and you get a scorecard, which is how many monsters I've killed. I've killed 6 personally, misadventure is 13, I've disabled 0 traps, discovered 0 secret doors, and destroyed 0 breakable items smashed. We haven't tried any re-entries, so the persistence bonus is plus 10% of the original XP we have. So far we're going with flawless victory, so it's added plus 10%, and EXP awarded on adventure completion so far will be 440, with the daily playthrough bonus of plus 20% is 500 EXP so far. So far, that could change. She's
My
doing
rogue
her
senses are tingling. There's
cleric
something
stuff.
fishy in this room. Try searching around.
Okay, so we go over here, and now this is where we would use our normal skills,
You feel a
i.e.
stiff draft from
search.
somewhere in this room. Perhaps the hidden passage to the village is in here.
So, find a secret door, and we've got this come up. Spot hidden. Your acute senses feel a draft that seems to come out of nowhere, so obviously this wall is quite clearly fake. So we press the search, and we search, and
Found the
boom!
secret passage? Go on, open it then.
We have indeed. This will not become so much of a thing later. Basically, these are all able to be discovered by level 1 characters. That is just how it is. To tutorialise you to the game, of course.
Brilliant. Tidy lasses and pints up the wazoo. Here I come.
We're almost done here. The way out is up ahead. But first, I want to reward you for your assistance. Please, come speak with me.
Okay, we'll do. We've made it, Exsus. The door ahead will take us to the village, but before we go, I want to give you something from my stash. And thanks for your assistance to me and my fellows this day. Okay, thank you. Call me Kalimus. May you always walk the righteous path, Exsus, and the holy flame look kindly upon your days and deeds. So yeah, she's giving us something, and I'm gonna take the Eternal Wand of Finger of Fire, because I think we can use that. None of the other stuff we seem to be able to use. So that's good. We can equip it in our inventory. It has 50 charges and it's destroyed forever. I don't think in this particular game, in the MMO, we can do anything else. So anyway, let's head to Corthus.
Stepping out of the grotto, you find yourself in Corthos village. The Sahuagin have threatened this place for generations. Judging from how it looks now, the Sahuagin are winning. However, some hopeful souls still hold out for help to arrive.
Okay, so our narrator, the Dungeon Master, she tells us the situation against these guys in the Sahuagin. So let's talk to Randall. Now, where did you come from? I guess it doesn't matter. I am Randall, the Traveller. This is Corthus village, and it's going through hard times. What hard times you say? Well, why don't you look around the village and find out for yourself? So, how to bind your character is the tutorial here. If you fall in battle, you will return to the last place you bound your spirit at. Characters can bind your spirit have the Spirit Binder title beneath their names. Every tavern has a Spirit Binder inside. So, okay, I'll look out for them. So that's a thing. We're not ready to level up yet, and as you can see, we have a blue pool of experience at the bottom. So we have got, we've got a little way through. Well, actually we have actually got to rank 2 of level 1 because we have 1 pip here. So we are at rank 1. Once that gets up to all 5 pips, we are then at level 2. So that's good. That is good. We won't get anything major until we hit level 2. So we need to go to the tavern. Is what we need to do. There's a few people around here. There's someone up here with a quest. We should be going to this lady. But first we're going to go to the tavern, because if there is a tavern, yes there is up here. Because we need to bind ourselves, so that when we die we respawn here. In here. The Waycrest Tavern. So, where is the binder? There you go, Spirit Binder. Brother Molden. If I fall in battle, can you bring me back? Yes, even in the darkest times, the struggle must go on. I can bring you back from the great beyond if your work here is not done. Do you want me to resurrect you here at the Waycrest from now on? Yes, please. If you are lost in the battle, you will now be resurrected at this location. Beautiful. Beautiful things. Okay, so let's go and have a look at this quest up here. Because we need more experience. We want to level up. So, Kaja Buradata. I swear to Sibaris, there's unholy wailing coming from the Hayton's family crypt. No one wants to check it out for fear the Sahuagin and their cronies. But what do they want with Hayton's crypt? Oh dear. Why won't anyone go down there and see? The Sahuagin have cowered the village, but not me. I shall make sure that evil hasn't polluted the Hayton crypt. So we're going to go in and we're going to do this. We're going to do this thing. Also, it's important to note, we have Wizard Trainer, Rogue Trainer, Bard Trainer, Monk Trainer, Druid Trainer, Warlock Trainer, and there are others. My Sorcerer Trainer is around here somewhere. I don't need to go to them yet, even though I believe you can go to them every rank and you get new stuff. But we're going in here first, the Hayton Crypt. And I'm going to do it on Casual, also known as Solo. Normal mode. It's designed for a solo player or party of indecided level. Casual mode offers a lesser challenge and reduced rewards, earning XP reduced, and treasure rewards inside the quest. Yes. So I'm going to go for this because this is 100% solo. Anyway, the Hayton family crypt. I'm not going in with anyone. I don't want to pester anyone. I don't want to join with anyone.
You hear the strange and unsettling echoes that Kaya spoke of. and by the passage leading in, a grim-faced man glares at you.
So, inside here we need to talk to Jacoby Drexelhand. I haven't seen you before. You're new to Korthos. Well, you should go back to the village. The crypt is falling apart. You could trip on some rubble and hurt yourself. The villagers are talking about some strange noises down here, and I'm going to investigate. Let me pass. Fine, don't come crying to me after you trip in the dark and break your neck. I won't come crying to you, because I'm not a pussy.
Strange. Sarcophagi line the walls, but they're broken open and empty. Where did the bodies go?
Indeed, where did they go? The sorcerer Exsus will investigate. Because I'm hardcore. Oh, hello.
What were those cultists up to? This bears more investigation.
Okay, they were talking about a devourer. I killed both these guys relatively easy. They did take a HP of damage off me, but I'm not too worried about that. Luckily,
a treasure
again,
chest
playing
glimmers in the dark
casual.
passage here.
I will investigate the treasure chest, but first, hit this guy up here. Down in one. Beautiful things. Okay, let's check out this chest.
Though rusty, this longsword is still sharp. It's a slashing weapon, perfect for slicing through putrid zombie flesh that would resist puncturing or bludgeoning weapons.
There you go, you heard DM, you heard what she said. She is a lady of a refined class. So, let's look in here. Let's open this door. Okay, what's down here?
There's a Sahuagin in here,
Ooh.
performing some kind of ritual.
Come, dead son of Korthos, rise and do my...
The altar glows with dark power, and the Sahuagin continues.
Kill everyone in Korthos. Kill any who would help them.
Okay, so Sahuagin Necromancer's raising the dead bodies. Let's kill this motherfucker. Let's do that thing. Oh, in a one-shot. And you too. You can have some fire.
The Sahuagin were using this vile devourer altar to create undead. This must not be allowed to continue. A magical crest appears from the destroyed altar.
Nice.
If you take it with you, it may be useful later. You
I will do
continue to
that.
hear cultists about their evil work from further inside the crypt.
Yeah, and we can see if we look further inside, there's chains and, like, stuff behind, so... Yeah, and I do love this version of storytelling. I've probably gotten into this a bit fast and not really explained anything to you guys. I mean, you already know my stats and stuff, and you know how D&D works if you've watched at least the last few videos on my channel. So, our charisma is our main one. I could go on and boring you, but we're Sorcerer level 1, and we're using the Arcane Canon build that the game suggests. Again, we can write our own biography, which is absolutely awesome, and I probably will do that at some point. But I absolutely love this game. I'd rather have gone for the Generalist rather than the Arcane Canon. I think that's why we haven't got Magic Missile right now. I'm hoping they're going to let me choose that. I'm going to be a little bit gutted if they don't let me choose that at level up as a spell. I did take everything out of here. Yes, you can re-roll loot, sorry, for a premium cost because this game is free to play. But it didn't go that way straight away. I used to pay a subscription for this back in the day. Obviously, things have changed. Oh, hello. Right, you need to burn. Okay,
As
you do that
slay
thing.
these foul cultists, take care to keep your own health up.
I will indeed. Thank you for being ultra tutorializing. It's weird because the original game had a male dungeon master and it didn't
Another treasure chest.
hand it over
Perhaps the cultists brought it here, but it's yours now.
you. Perhaps they did, and yeah, the original game didn't pander over you anywhere near as much. It's much
This
harder. There
heavy
was
mace is a
no
bludgeoning
solo
weapon,
ability. I'm taking it.
ideal for smashing apart skeletons. Their
Good to
bones
know.
are resistant to puncturing or slashing weapons.
Also, probably a thing to mention is I may play through some of these quests 2 or even 3 times depending on whether I've got people with me. Because the reason I played casual to begin with is so I can play normal, even if it's only solo, so if I can solo it, next time. Because you get a dump of experience again. It doesn't count you. You get a
There's another Sahuagin.
Okay.
it croaks. Cragwolf Hayton, in life you served the light. But in death, you shall serve the Devourer. Ha 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 ha!
The Sahuagin gloats.
Okay, this woman is pretty good at doing her job, I'm not going to lie. She's a pretty good DM. I like this. I like this. The original guy was pretty cool, but this woman's got it on lockdown. Come at me then. Come at me, Skeletonians. Oh, you burn up way too easy.
Altars
Nice.
will create a blight of undead upon Korthos. You know what needs to be done.
Yeah, I do. I also like your voice. Kind of slightly moist about it right now,
Another
not gonna lie.
crest drops out as you smash the altar. There might still be other altars elsewhere in this crypt.
Well, there definitely is. If I've got 2 crests and you're suggesting that there might be, then there definitely is, because otherwise you wouldn't suggest it, and we'd be done already. Anywho, let's move on. And the layout of this place has changed slightly since I remember playing it. Let's kill these guys. Where are you going? Yeah, I'll kill all of you. That Nyax ice ray or whatever it is, Nyax cold ray, is actually hella strong, and it's got reach. I'm not gonna lie, it's got that reach, boy. Take the copper pieces, goddammit. Why can't I do that? No, there we go. I'm not convinced that these 2 are dead. Okay, so there's a magical barrier over there. Altar of the Devourer through there. There is nothing through there, but I am not convinced. Yeah, you break open. Are you actually alive? Oh, you're not moving, but hey. Okay. When they're not moving, I may have to... God damn it. Let me have them. Okay, apparently I am allowed them now. Okay, let's kill these guys. Fuck are you, and are you. Jesus, I used my fire on them twice. Fire is actually piss weak in this form, which is a little bit annoying. It is more of an area of effect thing, so what have we got going on here?
A chest. It's out in the open and unprotected. And that's probably what the dead cultist by the chest thought. Acid sprays out of the wall as the gate slams shut.
Oh, I see. I was going to say, I was going to not touch it at all, but I just moved around it and it didn't get me, so cool. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to take all that. Why did I not get the money? Oh, I did. I was going to say, there's 37 gold pieces in there. You can go fuck yourself if you're not letting me have that. Awesome. Anything up here? A couple of ornate urns. Breakable items, awesome. You also get bonuses for everything you break in this game, like everything you break. I don't want the 100 bolts, not even to sell. Awesome. And there's a latch here, or a lever, sorry, it means there's a wall. Awesome.
This is a dark and dusty passage. It doesn't look like anyone's come through here in decades.
Okay, so this is the start of the area, so we can go back down to the end area. And also, we came past a room earlier where we could rest and heal our mana and health. I'm going to go back and do that, obviously. Not get caught by the acid here. Thanking you. Beautiful things. What is through here? This is probably the last area that has any enemies until the main area.
In the
So we're
middle
gonna
of
do
this
this.
chamber
Of course.
is an evil devourer altar. By it, a Sahuagin rumbles.
For generations, the human Haytons have forestalled us. Now the dead Haytons shall serve the Devourer's slaves. They'll be the army to crush the Korthos resistance.
The Sahuagin's plan must have been to use these devourer altars to animate every body in this crypt. but by your hand, you can destroy the altar and prevent that from happening. When the altar collapses, a third crest appears. It glows with cold magic.
Cool, so we got all 3 crests and we stopped the Shawagan's plan of raising the dead and attacking Kolthos, which is kind of what we were always going to do. That's dealt with. We got the chest. Some of these humans are cultists and they were clearly helping the Shawagan, or at least egging them on, if nothing else. And we're going to sit down here and rest all of our shit. That's why I left this room till last, even though I saw it earlier. Sometimes you're not going to be able to do that. Sometimes you're going to need to bring your mana back, depending on how much you give to the group. Because I am going to have to group up with people later, no doubt. After all, I am indeed a sorcerer.
A magical barrier blocks the way, and behind it, another Sahuagin performs unholy rituals at a devourer altar. This barrier appears linked to 3 sockets in the wall.
That's a big guy back there.
If you find the crests to those sockets, it may allow you passage. You fit the last crest in place, and the magic shield dissipates. The Sahuagin inside spits out in a venomous voice.
These fools who would keep Korthos shall be consumed by the Devourer.
Looking down at a corpse on the altar, the Sahuagin says,
And you, dead hero of hate and blood,
They are done.
shall be the Devourer's teeth.
You say that, but I've actually destroyed everything before you even stopped talking, sweetheart, so... Why can't I interact? Game, sort your shit out. I'm not attacking anything anymore. It is done. Thank you. You obtain a funerary token. Awesome. Let's destroy this. Wow, awesome damage with a quarterstaff.
Your bold action saved Korthos and brought the Sahuagin's fell scheme to naught. The treasure chest in the antechamber is now yours.
Indeed it is, but first I need to go around and smash all these, because again, report card people, remember this? It tells us everything, and smashing stuff is a part of everything. Loot the room. Always loot the room. And again, I could have gone into more technical detail about our sorcerer, about the stuff, the reasons I'm using it, and so on and so forth. But I didn't think I'd bore you. I think I'd get just straight into this and show you what DDO's like, because it's an awesome game. So I got 9 agates, 50 gold pieces, and 1 reinforced 33 docken of lightning, which is made for a construct race person. So I'll take all that, but that's all I want. And yeah. It is now complete. This is our overall. So our daily playthrough bonus with everything else gives us 335 experience. We can hit finish. The adventure is completed. Do you want to recall now? If you hit recall, there's some recalling time there at the top. I could have ran back to the entrance and done it that way, but we are done. So I'll go and hand our quest in to the lady that gave it to us. I believe it was a lady anyway. So back to Korthos village. Beautiful. And we'll go to Kadja over here. And Kadja, what have you got to say? Exsus, I was afraid you'd been hurt. Did you look into the crypt? What's in there? So, the Shawagan were resurrecting the Haytons, turning their bodies into undead minions. But don't worry, I put a stop to it. Oh, how horrible. But what about, did you find Lars Hayton? Was he... You didn't find a trace of him down there, so he could still be alive. Oh, Exsus, you've done me a world of good. That's fine. And she can give us either the Amulet of Inner Focus, which gives us +1 concentration, or the Amulet of Brew. But, of course, we want +1 concentration and +1 to will save, so we're going to take that one. Yes, we will.
Some of the braver
Thank you.
villagers tried to stem the Sahuagin tide, but their courage led to naught but grievous injuries. Korthos needs someone with more than just guts.
Indeed it does. We can repeat that quest at any given time, as you can see. Not how to advance your character. You can hit that one, I believe, and it will ask you if you want to do it again, or just click on the door and you can do it in normal mode, which I will be doing. I'll do that off video, and then when I come back to you guys, I'll come back to my character slightly leveled up. I'm going to put this on. That is beautiful. So our concentration has now increased, and it's giving us what we should be doing in Korthos Village here. So we've done one of the 3 that it states we should do to begin with. And yes, I absolutely love this game. I definitely will be playing this if nothing else, because number one, it is a good game to party up with people, and I can type stuff in. And as you can see, the Dungeons Master voice is down there in the dialogue box, and I can talk to you guys and no one can hear me. And as you've seen, it runs beautifully with 0 skipping, none of that horrible crap. It was all beautiful, it all worked very well, very beautifully, and it is in depth and something to get into. It is a bit light. I'll probably turn the gamma up a little bit higher, so you're probably getting a bit of colours that are drained out a little bit. But other than that, this is how I see a decent online Dungeons & Dragons experience being. They got it right. It's a little bit better than it ever was, and it's definitely a lot better than the Neverwinter games, just because it actually fucking runs. And yeah, that's how it works. However, you do need to party as you go along. It is still a massively multiplayer online game, and that's one of the things. You can't play the whole game on your own. And it still has a major fan base, so it's not like I would not be able to complete it, play on its own. But it will be restrictive depending on certain modules I want to do, because the game is massive. And some of the dungeons are just so team-based, they can take like hours. It's a really, really good experience. But it's one of those things, like, sometimes it doesn't happen because the team might fall apart halfway through. It's multifaceted, but the modules are amazing. And I still like it a little bit more than Neverwinter, the MMO. However, the reason I'm rambling is because I've run out of time, guys, so I'm going to have to leave this video here. I hope you enjoyed the video. I very much enjoyed playing. I love this game. As usual, I have been Lord Exsus. And I'll see you guys in the next video. In a bit.